Hello and welcome to another episode of Keith's Customs. In today's video we're going to be changing the air springs on the P38. Now this is the new one that I've got set up here. So the air line goes into here and that R-clip is what keeps it in place, secured at the top to the body, basically, or the top part of the suspension. That's really difficult to see, but hopefully the camera will pick it up. You see that blue collar in the center of the screen? That is the airline pipe, which then goes into there. Now obviously you can do this without taking the wheel off, but because I'm changing the wheels and tyres, I've decided, well, I might as well take them off anyway. Now I'm going to need both hands to do this, so unfortunately filming is going to be pretty difficult, but I shall get it done, get the old one out and show them side by side before I put the new one in. Back in a minute. Right, so that's obviously the old one on the left versus the new one on the right. Now interestingly, this is an Arnott brand, which is probably the best you can get. Unfortunately I couldn't get any, so this is the brand that I've got. They're both Gen 3, it's just that one is the better one, but because it's split it's got to be changed. Now eventually I do want to put some Arnotts in it. I didn't actually realise this had them, I only found that out now obviously when I've taken it out, but these ones will do for now, just to get it in so that it doesn't come down on the bump stops every night. Wasn't too hard to get out, so let's get that new one in. Right, so that's one in. I have to admit it would probably be a lot easier if there was two of you, just because of the jacking up and down of the rear axle just to get that base to line up and go in, but we got there eventually. So that's the driver's side rear in. I'm going to go across, do the passenger side, back in a mo. Alright guys, I just thought I'd cut in quickly after a phone call and some exchanging of some pictures of these air springs. I was chatting to the guy who did a lot of work on this car before I had it, and that apparently is not a Gen 3. It is an Arnott because it's written on it, but that's a Gen 2, and apparently he said you can tell because of the base. If it was an Arnott Gen 3, the base would look like that, but it would be that colour, like a goldy brass colour, whereas this one, as you can see, is like a chrome, and chrome, that's because this is a non-genuine. A genuine Arnott Gen 3, yeah, has got a base same as that, thick metal base, not plastic, and same colour as the top. So yeah, just a quick one there, give you an update. I thought I'd show you that before I put that one in on the passenger side. Let's crack on. Right, slight problem, nothing major. As I said in the intro, I wanted to put the new wheels and tyres on. As you can see, that's the nuts that are used on the alloy wheels, and they're the nuts that I need for the new ones. I've only got 4 of them because they never came with a car. These ones I found rooting around in the car, which are effectively the ones that were taken off when the locking wheel nuts were put on. So I'm going to need to source more of them before I can put the new wheels and tyres on. Bit of a drawback, but not a major problem. Just stick the old wheels and tyres back on for now. But yeah, just thought I'd share that with you. When you buy wheels and tyres, make sure you get the right nuts with them as well. Okay, so rear passenger side is now out. As you can see, genuine Land Rover, which will probably be Dunlop, as opposed to Arnott. So at some point they've obviously needed to change that one, but instead of doing a pair, they've only done the one. This one is really bad round here. It's yeah, it was no wonder it's leaking air. So that's why I'm glad I got a matching pair. I'll do them at the same time, can't go wrong. So I know it's pretty much the same as the other side. As you can see, there's a big hole now where the air spring used to be, so get this one back in and crack on. Right guys, so the rears are done, so now it's time to do the front ones. Now this is going to be pretty tricky for me to show you anything, but so just to give you an idea of where we are, there's the EAS box, and obviously intake, and then there is the top of the air spring there, and this pipe here is the air line that goes into the top of the air spring. And as you can see, same deal as a collar. You push the collar down, pull the pipe up, it lets the air out. On the new one, I'll show you how it's secured at the top, because it's easier than trying to show you under here. So let me get this old one out, and I'll cut back soon. Right guys, so this is the first of the front ones I've taken out. This is the front passenger side. So it's very similar to the rear, it's only just slightly different. So again, the bottom pin goes through, and to hold it in place there's a 13mm that basically bolts it down to the axle. In the top it goes through the turret, and then you've got these clips that basically clip through like so, and that's what holds it at the top and stops it falling out through the turret. Got two of them, one on each side, and then of course you got your airline that goes in the top. So that's the old one out, there's the new one ready to go in, so I'll do that and cut back to you soon. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you this side. This is the right hand side front. I strongly advise taking that inner wheel arch out. It makes it so much easier, because to get to those little clips there and the one at the back there is so much easier than trying to reach in from the top. I got away with it on the left hand side by removing some of the intake pipes, but on the right hand side, nah, it's just a lot easier. Take that inner arch out and you got loads of access, and you can just get in there, get it done, no problem at all. So yeah, little tip there for you. Right, I'm going to get this buttoned up and back in a mo. Righto guys, there we go, all four air springs changed on a Rover P38. Just remember, when you're doing this, what I did was I jacked the car up, put an axle stand under the relevant corner on the chassis that I was working on, lowered it back down so it sat on the axle stand, and then used the jack to basically maneuver the axle up and down to help align the air spring. Just makes life a lot easier. Admittedly, I mean, took me 4 hours, bearing in mind that I have stopped to do some videos, a couple of phone calls, drink. So yeah, not bad. I'm quite happy, to be honest with you. As a budget build, do it yourself, I've saved on labour. So yeah, there it is. Hope this has been of an interest. One job down, next task to go. Not sure what I'm going to do next, but rest assured I will bring you a video on it. It does drive a hell of a lot better with 4 brand new air springs. As you can see, they're actually odd. There's the 2 front ones, they're odd. 2 rear ones, they're odd. So it's a lot nicer now, a lot like it should be riding on AES. So yeah, there you go. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.